So guys, we are basically inching into the days where the Model Y is going to be subtly announced or have an entire event dedicated to this upgrade. But until that happens, we have a ton more confirmation of what's to come in the following days. Now, Tesla has basically provided the government and their regulators the specifications, requirements, and changes to have these cars approved on their roads. All of this is going to be completely confidential, and there is a strict guideline of what can be shared to the public. But before we get into all those little details, let's take a look at what Tesla is currently doing to the Model Y and their current lineup in preparation for the new vehicles. Similar to what we had seen with the Model 3 Highland, as we are getting closer to the official release, Tesla has begun incentivizing the purchase of older models, clearing out existing inventory, making way for the new. There are currently at least 4 promotions relating to the Model Y going into 2025. Taking delivery now would give you the benefits such as free full self-driving transfer, 0% APR, and in some cases, even $1,000 off the entire purchase. As we all know by now, this will be one of the most substantial upgrades they have made on any existing vehicles, bringing all the best items, packing it into this one model. We are due to see the introduction of the stockless design, various other comfort features added to the interior of this car, ambient lighting, ventilated seats, rear displays. These are things that we've streamlined across the entire lineup, bringing all the premium features from the Model S and X. Additionally, we will see many great benefits from its smaller sibling, the Model 3. This will include a quieter interior, upgraded sound system, a blind spot monitoring, and so much more. Then last but not least, the Model Y is going to pull some of the greatest features directly from the Cybertruck. We are expecting to see a powered frunk, 120 volt outlets, vehicle to grid, among many other upgrades. Now, it just doesn't end there. We are expecting to see some of the latest internal techs going into this Model Y Juniper, and some of them are much more important than you think. These would include internal hardwares that would make a significant difference in the experience and overall safety of your car. The first would be the additional latch built into the bottom of each door. This will give a better anchor point in the case of a side collision, and added to that, Tesla has repositioned the emergency latch on the inside of each door, now placed in the same area for easy access. Now moving on to the tech side, the latest 2024 vehicles now have access to the ultra-wideband antennas, enabling many proximity features that wasn't available before. And that meant that with the existing Model Y being the last vehicle to be updated with this new antenna, it meant that features such as automatic front has been absent and will make its way onto the Juniper once it is available. And finally, with hardware 5 still following timelines 17 months from today, we could still be seeing a middle ground update, bringing along a front bumper camera to the very first model outside of the Cybertruck. This will bring various improvements and benefits to the parking stack, allowing more accurate detection and possibility of a forward auto park. But with this, we can also expect a massive upgrade with the full self-driving stack, using this as another redundancy. So there you go. This is just the entire wrap-up of what we are pretty much guaranteed with the Model Y, and even though sources are not there to confirm it, it wouldn't make sense otherwise to not have these features into their latest products. But then on the flip side of things, there are a lot of must-haves and wants out of this Model Y, things that we just aren't sure of at the moment, things such as range and performance. We don't know for sure, but what we can only go by and take educated guess is things based off of what we see in the previous weeks. However, we do have some really great news. As of late, there are some official sources coming out on this Model Y Juniper, things that we are pretty much assured will be coming to this update, and things that might just really surprise you. Based on the European type approval certification, manufacturers need to comply to a set of standards across the EU before being able to sell it across multiple countries. This is put in place to ensure the safety, environmental, and conformity of production requirements before authorizing it to be placed on the EU market. Looking back earlier this August, Tesla had applied for a certification for a 7-seater Model Y, listing out all the updates and changes before being approved for EU sales. This was for Type 40 certification approval and listed out all the seating capacity, vehicle's weight, the VIN number, and everything mentioned previously. Now, just earlier this month, Tesla had also applied for additional certifications for what seems to be changes made to the Model 3 and Model Y. This was Type 41 approval and it was just publicly released earlier this week. This certification highlights all the standard changes coming across the motor location, onboard diagnostics, and the addition of a new long-range Model 3. But in the mix of it all, some really interesting details have surfaced on the Model Y. It looks like this new Model Y in question is going to be coming with a brand new rear underbody alloy material, something similar to what is soon being offered to the Cybertruck. It could be a more durable skid plate to better protect the battery and critical components from being damaged. What we can also see is that there will be a massive upgrade in terms of water ingress protection, so those deep puddles would no longer be an issue for the upcoming Model Y. Then finally, we get our first official confirmation that there will be indeed a departure from the old design, as the certification requests for a change in what looks to be a front bumper with a new valance horn grille design. And although this grille may be nothing new in terms of its overall functions, the updated design will represent an entirely new front bumper to fit its mold. So yeah, this will be the first of many confirmations we'll see over the next few weeks as it leads its way into the release date, as Tesla will need to apply for multiple certifications all over the world in the places that they plan to sell in. And in addition to that, they will need to provide road-ready vehicles for those regulators to test out, especially on the safety of the crash testings. These are things that would need to be done way in advance, and these are the things that would need to be completed way before they start announcing the model to the rest of the world. And of course, with this news, things are getting heated up with the new Model Y Juniper just around the corner. So I have said in many of my previous videos, now is not the time to buy unless you are getting the deal of a lifetime with the best incentives possible. It's better waiting out to see what kind of things we're getting with this upgrade, and if you end up still wanting the older version, it will be knocked down drastically in terms of pricing. Anyways, I will be keeping a close eye on all of this and updating you as quickly as possible, so make sure you stick around. Hit that subscribe and that bell notification if you haven't already done so, and follow me on Twitter or X at HeyJohnE. Over there you guys can chat with me, DM me, and I will respond as quickly as possible, and you'll get the very latest over there as well. Anyways, this should be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is John once again. Peace out.